Hello and welcome to Perspectives. The final round is here. The electioneering has happened. It is still happening, but I think the decisions are made. I think people have decided what they want to do, what they want from the elected leaders, and who they will vote for. But the discussion is, are they being able to make the right choice? Or may I say, are they being able to make a choice? The overall discussion, the weakness of the electoral process, people spending too much money, people not being able to spend money. A lot of parties say we've not been able to propagate our message. We've not been able to go to the people. We've not been able to hold our corner meetings. We have, because we are under threat. The other parties who are freely and with freedom, they have been promoting their message, going into congregations, going into corner meetings, doing their jalsas. So parties feel there's an imbalance of the situation. Given that, there's also the fear in the whole electoral process, the voting fear, the fear of coming out on voting day. With that fear, there is an expectation, and an unfortunate expectation, that this may actually turn out to be the lowest ever turnout in an election in Pakistan. Whereas we had been hoping for the past months that this would be the biggest election ever. We were hoping that the 60% population, which is young, vibrant, new voters, they will come out and change the course of history. But the fear factor could actually be changing all of that in the negative direction. Let's talk about that. My guest, Senator Saeed Ghani, representing Pakistan People's Party. So thank you very much for being here. On my left, representing Jamat-e-Islami, Sayyid Wajid Hassan Sahab. Thank you very much. Representing Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Group, Mr. Nihal Hashmi. Thank you. And on telephone with us, representing ANP, is Ms. Bushra Gohar. Bushra Sahaba, thank you very much for joining us. Saeed Bhai, I'd like to start with you. You feel that you are being shortchanged. You don't have the freedom to converse. You don't have the freedom to go out to your people. You don't have the freedom to propagate your message. Yes, there have been attacks on your party. There have been attacks on MQM. There have been attacks on ANP. But in today's day and time, do you feel that could be a justification for you losing out or not?
Sir, this is very unfortunate that, like in the past, People's Party always remained the party which was victimized very badly. In all the elections since 1988, the PPP was on the target, and the manipulation was in the different manners were done by the different forces to keep People's Party within some limits, and they give the chances to their the like-minded. So I think this time, because of the changes in the election rules, some laws, and the amendments in the Constitution, it was very difficult to manipulate the elections with the previous methods.
Okay.
So I think now they are trying to adopt the new methodology to restrict the People's Party and the other progressive parties. So this is really unfortunate, and this is not the way to hold the free and fair elections. And unfortunately, the parties like the PML-N, Jamat-e-Islami, JUI, and the PTI, whether they are intentionally or unintentionally, they will be the beneficiaries of the situation. So the People's Party, ANP, and MQM are in a very difficult position, and they are not allowing them to move freely. And
okay, I'd like to clarify one thing. You kept saying they, them. In the past, and we've seen TV shows and discussions and various cases, it would have been maybe the intelligence agencies who may have. But this time, it's not the intelligence agencies. but a direct threat of terrorism against you, open statements. So how are you connecting the two?
Because there was a mindset which is remain in the history of Pakistan in all the elections. People may not sitting in the offices, but I think they are calling the shots. The forces which are challenging the elections and the People's Party, ANP and MQM, somehow they have some connections with some people which have a strong say in the past. So might be they are not in the positions right now, but still I think the mindset which was created by the General Ziaul is still there, and they still want to target the People's Party and other progressive parties, and this will be very unfortunate, because I think the results of these elections will affect very badly the future of the party.
Okay, so they're trying to hinder the electoral process. I'd like to go to Ms. Gohar, but I don't think it suits anybody to delay elections. Even the terrorists don't want to delay elections.
No. They are not saying that they want to delay the elections.
They just want to get you
They just want to get the results they want.
Okay. Ms. Gohar, would you agree with what Mr. Saeed Ghani has said?
Well, most of it, yes. I personally think that right now we have elections only in Punjab and selection in the 3 other provinces. This is a very dangerous trend where we see that certain political parties are free to campaign, and even if they want to campaign in the other 3 provinces, they are free to do so. It seems as if they've got the NOC and they can campaign, whereas the liberal parties, Awami National Party, Pakistan People's Party, and MQM have been targeted, and through the Tehreek-e-Taliban's threat, which clearly names these 3 parties, and it is as if they are dictating the terms as to who is going to go to the parliament. This is very dangerous that a bunch of terrorists are now dictating terms for the elections, and a certain selection process has started. What I feel, that most of our candidates at least, they cannot campaign. So it is not level playing field for us. They're being targeted, our workers are being targeted, so we do not have the level playing field. Therefore, we do not consider that the coming elections will be free and fair unless the state takes responsibility.
Okay. Ms. Gaur, may I add something here?
That the pro-Taliban parties are being given a walkover, and the anti-Taliban, those political parties who clearly said that Pakistan will not survive, has got if we allow these terrorists to take control. These terrorists are not interested in our democratic process. If they are attacking ANP today, they are actually attacking our democratic process. They are attacking Pakistan, basically. And it is very important that the entire political leadership form a national consensus on this, and also the state starts taking responsibility.
Okay, I'd like to add here, because Mr. Saeed Ghani said by inference that these are the forces which are not necessarily. He stated a few vague terms. Let me give you a flip side of the conspiracy theory. These threats, which you rightly say are stopping you from canvassing, are also doing another thing. They are turning the moderate and the liberal vote against the right-wing parties. So maybe it's actually benefiting you.
Well, listen, whatever the benefits, but at such a huge cost of life, we feel
that's unfortunate. Yes.
Already, even some people have said that we might get sympathy vote, but at what cost? And are we going to continue to give these, costs for getting into the parliament? It is the right of the people to decide who they want to vote in. It isn't the right of these terrorists to kill the people or to threaten the people.
Okay.
who to vote for and who not to vote for.
Okay, let me take Mr. Hashmi's comment.
Yes.
We might get some sympathies, but I think we cannot be able to get the votes.
But I didn't mention sympathy. I said the liberal, center, right of center,
yes,
they will all shift towards
the question is that will they come out for the vote or not?
Will they come out? That's a fair question, because the fear factor.
We are also receiving leaflets. You have to recognize, and in fact the whole of Pakistan needs to recognize that it is a fight for Pakistan, for the constitution and for Pakistan's democracy, that we are ready to give sacrifices.
Okay.
And that needs to be recognized. But basically we are receiving on a daily basis leaflets threatening our voters not to come out, not to support ANP. So in such cases, and to see the state actually a mere spectator, in this case we see the state as not taking responsibility.
Okay, allow me to take Mr. Ms. Gaurav, I'd like to take Mr. Hashmi's comment here. Nihal bhai, I have two things. One, this goes into your advantage because they're being held back. But secondly, because these terrorists have actually taken names of your parties, that kind of puts you in a jeopardy as well, because people are saying, hang on, why are you aligned with them?
While going through the statements made by my brother Saeed and Mohtarma Bushra, different point of views and stories were coming in my mind and going and coming. I say, might be it is a blessing in disguise for them, because the coalition partners who ruled the country for 5 years, due to their policies, due to their attitude, due to their conduct, the people got so annoyed. And so it might be a face saving. Might be, it is one of my perceptions.
But there's no face saving.
Now, on the other hand, look at the poor governance, corrupt governance, incompetent governance. These 3 provinces has proven to be incompetent, corrupt and poor governance. Number 2, the caretaker government, we don't have anything to say on the caretaker government of these 3 provinces, even in the center. What the performance of their caretaker governments? They're just enjoying their ministries. And on the other hand, this is a myth developed all over Pakistan that Taliban and TTP, there are so other forces who are working inside and outside Pakistan. It is just a signboard that Taliban and Taliban and Taliban. On the other hand, I can give you example. It is an ongoing practice all over the world, even particularly in our region, in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Since last week, we lost 3 of our workers. One is in Karachi, Raja Anis. Another, our office was attacked in Kotri. 5 persons has been received bullet injuries. Office has been burned. In Dadu, Joy has been killed. To whom we blame? To blame to this simple TTP? No. This is a general practice in our region that violence comes during election process. We lost our tolerance level. On the other hand, it is another myth developed. The progressive and liberal party, we are the most progressive and the liberals of Pakistani political forces. I claim as PML-N, are the most progressive because we don't believe in ethnic division, we don't believe in sectarian division, we don't believe in regional division. So we are the most moderate. We do have belief for sympathy and love and affection. We treat the minorities as equal as Muslims.
But
so we are the most liberal. So don't patronize someone and don't sideline someone.
May I interject?
It is what they have done. It is blessing in disguise.
May I interject? It's not about...
These are face saving. These are very good face saving for them.
It's not about being liberal or not.
May I say something?
Bishapa, just give me a split moment. It's not about being liberal or not. The question is, you are the right wing. Mr. Nawaz Sharif in his first tenure, we all know he had the desire to enforce Islamic.
Yes, again we will inshallah, whensoever we will have the power, we will enforce the system of Riyasat-e-Madina. Because this country has been created in the name of Allah and Allah's Rasul and Quran and Sunnah. Why someone is so ashamed to be a Muslim system and law? If a Christian country claims to be a Christian law, Welcome.
No.
If the Hindus want to introduce their Hindu jurisprudence, the system, well, good. But this country has especially created Pakistan. Ka matlab kya? La ilaha illallah. Why we are ashamed to be a Muslim? We should not. Yes, we will enforce.
Who's ashamed?
The best system and the governance of the world has ever seen.
Sir, I need to
that
interrupt.
is Sharia law.
Sir, I need to interrupt.
That is Sharia law, brother.
Sir, I need to interrupt.
What is the meaning of moderation? Islam is the most moderate religion.
I need to interrupt. Because this is exactly what the right wing does. Takes advantage and titillates the Islamic angle. We are all Muslims, alhamdulillah, proud of it.
Alhamdulillah.
Some more, some less, but we are, alhamdulillah, God-fearing, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Muslims. We acknowledge the Prophet, peace be upon him. We acknowledge Allah as a sole.
But we have to acknowledge the system in which Islam has introduced to run the government.
Perfectly all right. Nothing wrong with that. Britain is probably the biggest Islamic welfare state in the world. Islamic welfare.
It is unfortunate for us.
But, sir, does not give you the authority to stick a gun in my throat and tell me what to do.
That is against Islam. That is against the system. And whosoever died, whosoever killed during last tenure, everyone is a Pakistani, my brother. Everyone is my brother. No matter from which party they belong.
Please, Bushapa, I'll come to you in just 1 second, please.
Yes. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I think the situation in the entire country should be, we can look at it in, in bits and pieces. As far as the Karachi situation is concerned, I think it's a continuation of the past 5 or 6 years regime. I mean, we can see it in the government, and we can see it what is happening on the roads. We saw, 5,000 to 6,000 people got murdered on the streets, and nobody was found culprit for that. And similar is the case now. We used to be told that there are ethnic issues in the city, and then later on we were told that there are Shia and Sunni issues in the street on the streets of the Karachi. But what actually has happened is that there's a failure of the government, failure of the governance in the city, in the Sindh government, particular in general, and particular in Karachi, and it looks like it's a continuation of the past, and I would say it's the terrorism and the violence. It's been used as a tool to govern and to serve by those who were given the responsibility of the government.
But that tool has been used by if that is true, then by every political party who's had a tenure in the past 20 years.
PML-N. You've had a judgment of the Supreme Court.
You've had a turn as well. Supreme Court bases the decision on the reports.
We are moving away from the issue.
May I take Bushra? Sir, you want to complete?
I just wanted to say one more thing. The thing is that
Bushra, but just 1 second, please.
The thing is that you cannot eliminate the fact that you cannot just go away from the fact that the government in the past 5 years, whenever they had a spate of violence and there were a series of killings and all that, they used to go together and the spate of violence got stopped. So let me complete.
There's two different violences. We're digressing.
No, that's what we are saying.
This is not the issue.
Street crime, Parchi is different.
You say for the sake of the argument, I admit the bad governance issue. I admit the corruption charges. I admit the law and order issue in the Karachi. Does it mean you bomb out the rallies?
No, I'm not saying that.
People have the right. People have the right to reject it.
What I'm saying is...
Election is here.
What I'm saying is...
And the voters have the right to reject us.
I'd like to take the question.
What I'm saying is that the government is the same. To us, it's the People's Party and the NQM in the governance. Previously and now as well. The government is the same. So is the Chief Minister and the other...
Which all that's well, but the fact that not being able to canvass is the discussion.
Well, it's just a change of terminologies.
Okay, fine. Bushapa, please, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to respond to one of the panelists who started accusing and actually saying that this is a blessing in disguise for us. I find this to be the most insensitive statements, and I've heard many of the leaders actually justify this violence by actually giving such weird examples. And so what I feel is we cannot justify violence in any form, and we have to reject it as citizens of this country, and especially those who consider them as leaders. They have to reject it. There's no justification for it. Now, when you talk about governance and governance issues, the reason we are going into elections is that to give the people the right to reject all those who might have failed. And it has to be done in that way, rather than people sitting together. Some are even justifying the Tehreek-e-Taliban threats. This, I feel, is very insensitive, and it shows the level of leadership when they start justifying violence. I feel that there are many issues in the past 5 years, and we have to also, if we want to find the roots of this problem, then we would have to go back to Zia's time. It isn't as if the past 5 years brought this on. There were governance issues, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, Ms. Johar, if you permit me, I'd like to...
The problems of militancy and extremism was actually started in Zia's time, and the proxy war in Afghanistan.
Okay,
even now, what is going on, it is linked with the 2014 withdrawal in Afghanistan, which is why the terrorists and the proxies are trying to control who gets into the parliament.
Okay, Bishop, please hear me for a moment. Please hear me for a moment. I would not like to spend time on whose time it started, because I think history is rather blurry when we go when it started and why it's happening. I would also
hear me
for a second. No, I understand.
Otherwise, it's a distorted history that
I understand. Hear me for a second. Please hear me for a second. I fully understand what you're saying. But the crossroads we're standing at tonight demands an immediate solution. One quick question from me now, something like Sayyid Ghani's comment. When this statement came out, I would say against you, because I don't think it went in your favor. If a terrorist organization says you are in agreement or of the same line of thought, I think that goes against you. How come you did not denounce that statement, said we disown this, we have nothing to do with it? Quick question, very quick answer.
Yes, we always denounce. And
this particular statement.
We always pledge our sympathy with the victims.
But you didn't denounce the statement.
We have no connection with any violent or violent.
You did not denounce the statement.
We are a political. We condemn all.
That particular statement.
Every particular statement.
That particular one.
Yes, we condemn.
Where?
We are a political party.
No, but where did you condemn it?
We don't. We are not a mafia. We don't believe in guns.
No, but did you condemn it? That
we did.
We disconnect. We have nothing to do with it.
Yes, we have nothing to do with it. We have nothing.
But how come your leaders haven't spoken out?
Our leaders have always just yesterday, Mia Saab has very clearly and categorically has made this decision.
Have I raised a valid point?
Yes, this is very valid, because the way Nihal is trying to justify, I think the fact is that if you could have the few interviews of the Mia Nawaz Sharif after this threat and after these events, I think he was not clear. And he also tried to justify, like the Nihal Hashmi, that might be this is the face saving or something like this. But PML-N or any other party is not clear. Even Imran Khan in the ball was said, please stop it till the 11th of the May. So
yes, that was an unfortunate slip of tongue.
No, but we have given a very clear statement, Saeed Bhai.
Okay.
That no, we don't appreciate, we condemn.
Even today you have a different opinion. Even today you are saying something else.
We strongly condemn such things, because we believe in democracy.
Even if it was a slip of tongue, a very unfortunate slip of tongue, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif once said, don't bomb Punjab.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate.
What we have said, we say
That was many-
हम भी
I'm talking about
अखियार
3 years
के
ago.
दुश्मन है और आप भी.
No, I'm talking about 3 years ago when you said,
No, he never
don't
said.
bomb.
No. This is
Come on, we did
not.
100 shows
look,
about
He
it.
said we have similar thinking about America.
all the anti-PML-N
We
forces.
did 100 shows about that.
They gather to.
Don't disown that.
This is on the record. This is on the record.
Please don't disown that.
So this is on the record.
We did 100 shows about
You always predicting this. Look,
No,
I don't
I'm
want.
saying it was a
I
slip of
don't want
tongue.
to hurt
He
anyone.
didn't
But
mean
we do say what our stance is. Yes, we pledge to the Shohdas, 1 million Shohdas of Pakistan, that we will establish this country as a social welfare Islamic state, not as a state of gunpoint or based on sectarian division and bombs and exploitation. No, we pledge to our leader, we pledge to Almighty Allah, and we are willing to do all
that.
these things.
All that is great. Please, let's not invoke.
No, we can't appreciate any shot, any form of any violence, any terrorism. We are totally against terrorism.
Everyone is against terrorism, but
Islam is what you call
I
it.
agree.
It
I like
totally
what
against
he's
terrorism.
I think this is not the issue, Faisal.
But Bushraf has said very categorically, some people are just apologetic about it. They just don't go straight out. That statement, condemned, I have nothing to do with it, I disown and back away.
And they are saying repeatedly. Initially, they said the people should stop themselves from attend the rallies of the MQM and the ANP and the People's Party. And the few days later, they said, we will not touch.
One has to find out who are behind the curtain.
We will not touch
behind the curtain.
Okay,
these two parties.
The problem.
Let's take Vaji's comment.
Well, the problem is that this Taliban phenomena is so liquid and is so
Very blurry.
intangible that you hardly could pinpoint a finger towards
I
anybody.
agree.
See?
I agree.
No,
So,
it's not
the
learning.
problem is
what
that.
are you talking about?
Bushraf, just one moment. Bushraf, I'll come right back to you.
Yeah.
Just one moment.
They are attacking
So-
Pakistan airfield,
Can I-
Pakistan armed forces.
Let me take Vaji's comments and I like Bush's.
So, we have FC's head in Balochistan on board that, when the Indians, are very much behind a portion of the Taliban who are against Pakistan. We have found people with, tattoos and all that. So they were not even Muslims.
But no, you digress.
Please, let
me make it tangible because we'll be short on time. What Ms. Gaur said, I'd like all of you to comment
Well,
on that.
I like her comment. One comment
I'll
that
take a
she
comment.
wanted, what she wanted to say, and she was stopped while she was saying that. You see, it's not something very simple. It's not, when we talk about Pakistani politics, it's just not the politics. We have international superpower sitting just next door, and they have planned to withdraw 2/3 of their forces, which is around 66,000. Not only forces, but they're all the paraphernalia.
Sure.
So this all has to go through Pakistan, and now we've sincerely we firmly believe.
That's not the discussion.
No.
We are at an election
I'm coming to
crossroads.
that. I'm coming
No,
to that. But
we will
if
run
you-
out of time. So, and we are at election crossroads.
Yeah, you
The
see,
point
the problem
here
is
is-
that the problem is that Americans do not want to disturb the current regime. 2013 is a year of change in Pakistan. Chief Justice of Pakistan has to
Let's
leave.
hope for the better.
Chief Justice of Pakistan has to go. President Zardari is going ending his term of office, and so is the Army Chief.
But
You see,
all this discussion
the
has
change of
nothing
command.
to do with the election
That's what you think.
crossroads.
That's what you think. I'm telling you how it is connected.
No, so let me
Let me get it connected.
My apologies.
If you
Let me
don't
make
allow me to connect it, then it's
But
going to remain
it's taking
unconnected.
too long. Let me make it very tangible for you. Tonight,
Well,
God forbid, there's a bomb attack. Somebody gets killed. I would like, and I can say it on oath, I do not believe any of your political parties have anything to do with terrorists. Let me also say this.
Yeah.
None of the political parties have a connection to
Alhamdulillah.
any terrorist who would hurt or attack Pakistan or Pakistan. But in some cases, there is political advantage to be silent.
who would avoid this? Who would stop
I
that
would
advantage?
I'm no one to say that. I can't.
The way they are defending
But
and justifying.
that'd be vague comment. But that'd be vague comment. I request
Nobody is defending.
No, I'm requesting him not to make that comment. That's a vague comment.
Yeah.
But I would like to keep it very objective. Maybe it's in someone's political advantage not to damn it or condemn it, and where is it somebody else's political advantage to condemn it?
I said it earlier.
No, I'm
Intentionally or unintentionally, they are the beneficiaries.
I
they
don't
will
know.
get the benefit.
There is a flip side.
No.
Because look at the show.
My voter,
For 30 years I've been
you have a
questioning
lame excuse that because of this terrorist attack,
I may come out for the vote because I am a hard worker of the party. But how many
People's
workers
Party don't
do you
have
have like
had,
me?
don't have a person to lead
30 minutes,
this election
I've been grilling
campaign.
them. For 30 minutes,
They are
I've been
the
grilling them.
beneficiaries. They are.
So maybe my mind has been turned against them with the state.
Coalition partner of the government of Pakistan,
There is a
government of
flip side.
I said
KPK, Balochistan, and
we may get the sympathies.
No, not
Okay.
sympathy.
Okay.
Not sympathy.
But we cannot get the votes in this situation. So this is not possible.
But we have a lame excuse that we are unable to approach the common man. That's why we don't have a vote.
What you're saying, the voter turnout will be very low.
It cannot be converted into vote.
It's not that.
You know.
This is
Say
correct.
it on the other hand, you don't
I know it
even
very
try
well
your
because
level best
when we
to
go to
approach
attend a
the common
meeting,
people.
it is very difficult to gather a few hundred people there. So
That's
how
true.
can we collect the thousands and millions of the
So
voters?
what's happening? What's
election
going on
day?
in interior? What's going on in Punjab? You just go and do your election campaign in Punjab. Who stopped you? But even in Punjab, you are not campaigning.
Because we have a
Even
similar
in
fate with
Lahore, you
Punjab as
don't
well.
have. Even in Pindi, you don't go. Even in Faisalabad, you don't go.
We are not going anywhere.
Let's
No,
be fair.
We are not
Let's
going
be fair.
anywhere.
Very rare
You are
people
free to
like
move, we are not.
Saeed
Bashir
Ghani.
Jan gets attacked twice.
Yeah.
MQM
And
election officers get
if you are
attacked.
expecting the Bashir Jan to come
No.
in the Punjab, and he will be attacked there as well.
Busha Sahib,
Because we are the target, you are not.
Busha Sahib,
You
please.
rule this country, brother.
I'm a second
You are the
it doesn't mean-
master. You were the master for 5 years.
Busha Sahib, please go on.
It is important to understand our candidate in Islamabad has received threats. Our candidate contesting from anywhere in the country is going to be threatened. Whereas a PML-N or a PTI or a Jamat-e-Islami or a JUIF candidate can even come and campaign in Pakistan and they'll be all right. So they need to understand that the threat is real and that some political leaders are trying to take advantage and save their skins by pleading to the terrorists. We have heard some leaders pleading to the terrorists to wait until the elections are over. Now, this is not what we were expecting from national leaders. We've heard one of the chief ministers plead to the terrorists, beg to the terrorists and say that we are also against the Ahyar. Now the terrorists are against...
Please, I apologize. Don't quote the former chief minister. Just our Sanaullah Zahri, he was on his election campaign. He lost his young son, his brother, his cousins, and his
But this,
So what you said is...
this is not a similar factor.
No. Even we are facing the same problem in KPK. We are facing the same problem.
Yeah, sir. ANP came out even stronger than ever.
We strongly condemn. Human being is a human being.
They've made some very strong
But they are facing the same problem. We are also facing the same problem in KPK. Because we are also a political force.
But I think ANP's made some very strong comments.
So, ANP
bold
can't
comments.
level this allegation on a political party who is doing its best, who never annoyed anyone, who are governing their province with honesty, dedication, without any corruption, without any mismanagement.
That will let the election
So
prove.
you have the right to live and we not.
No, everyone has the right to live.
This is not the right.
Everyone.
This is not the
How you can identify someone? How you can level
I
someone?
think this
No,
is the
that's
right.
wrong.
This is the right the Pakistani
It
people
is
have.
just a face saving.
They can reject.
We have to
they can
find
reject
out
us through their
who
vote.
are beyond
This
this
is not
all.
the way.
Election
This is not
process
the way.
is the
Election
determining
process is
factor.
there.
We are allowed. Who is the chief minister of KPK?
May I take Vajee
And Sindh?
May I take Vajee? Please.
Well, I think the only loser of this whole scenario would be the Awam of Pakistan, the common man.
Very
because
well
you see what will happen, what we foresee and what we God
Fear.
forbid, really fear that the entire process of this electioneering would be derailed, and there will be a continuation of what is been in place at the moment, which is called the interim government, which is for which the government, the People's Party, ANP, MQM, and JUI had planned initially, and for that they had planned, and they've made those governments in the provinces and all that. So they are very well prepared. And what has happened at the because of this whole scenario? Yeah.
I didn't get it. How are they well prepared?
Well, you see what
because
happened.
interim government is of their choice.
Yes. If the process is derailed, if the process is derailed,
respect the interim government in place right now.
Yeah.
Could not go past 6 weeks.
Well, that's what
they will have to change.
That's what we are saying at the moment.
11th May will be the last day.
Well, that's what we are saying at the moment. That's what we are
God forbid, even if something derails the process, their placed government will not last. You will all form a consensus government.
Yes, that's what
this cannot go.
That's what we think.
There's no advantage.
The losing party would, in the end, would be the common man of the country.
Yes.
Because you see, they have got the chance after 5 years to just get rid of this corrupt and the mismanagement.
That I can't say.
Government.
That I will not say. But I agree. It's a chance for them.
I agree. The people have the right to
choose.
But the way they are trying to get us out. This is
who are trying to get you out?
Who is that? You see, who is that? You have to pinpoint it.
I think you are very
amazing discussion.
Just name them.
If you say that the elements from the Zia government are still in place, then you have ruled twice for so many years, and you were unable to get them out.
You don't know who's saying this? Well, and who's issuing the statements? Who said this? The PTI and Jamat-e-Islami, JUI and PML-N.
I don't know. Have you met?
Did you met ever? What is TTP? We don't recognize TTP.
Was the video statement?
I don't know.
No, it is a newspaper statement. Who is TTP? We don't know.
Well,
we don't recognize.
But
TTP is not a political force.
But I'm forced to say.
Faisal, even somebody is not sitting there.
Even if it's.
But physically they are targeting.
Condemn it.
But physically they are targeting.
Yes, we do condemn.
And dissociate. Says, you know what? Thank you. We don't want your support.
No.
And
we
always
not like that.
We always.
But somebody has to say.
Everyone is saying every day, brother. We are saying every day. When this happened with Belor Sahab, Nawaz Sharif has very categorically make a statement. We strongly condemn this act, and we
about this
sympathize.
crossroad right now.
Right now, just last week.
Can we request them to leave them alone?
No way. They have to face what they have done. They have to face. Voters.
No, I'm talking about the.
No. I pray that they should go to polling stations and they should learn from the common man of Pakistan. They have to face that people are rejecting them.
We
want a very huge turnout. We want a very huge turnout. We want that they should give an opportunity to common voters of Pakistan.
I know.
Why are you asking them to give them a chance?
I respect that completely. I don't want to give them a chance. My only...
in fact, they are terrorizing the voters of Pakistan.
They?
Yeah.
Oh.
They are crying high and crying.
It's not terrorizing.
Why you are terrorizing the common voters of Pakistan?
It's not terrorizing.
If we are collecting the body... If we are collecting the body...
We are also collecting the body, brother. We are also collecting the body.
The choice of words. Their crying could be a drama, but it's not terrorizing.
Now I hope,
Busha, please.
Faisal, I hope that Nawaz Sharif takes notice of his party members' comments here. The most insensitive comments I've heard so far, where instead of condemning clearly, he's trying to find justification for the terror attacks on ANP and the other political parties.
Madam, you have wrongly conceived. I say that I want to see this political party to face the election by voting. They should get a result by vote, by ballot.
The voters to decide.
Yeah, that's I'm mentioning the same. I want to see them in field. I want to see them in the field. They should face the common voters and common people of Pakistan. They should be given all the right to approach the common man. They should be given the right to go to the polling station.
You do not understand, and you're not very sensitive to the issues in this country. Now,
also not
stop
very
playing
sensitive. You know what
politics.
they've done
This
with
is a national issue. Terrorism
operation,
is a national issue.
that they did.
So stop playing.
Hundreds of thousands of people were dislocated and all that, and they think that
the issue of terrorism.
No, we are very clear. Our party is non-violent party. Our party don't have a militant wing. we're not supporting any force, whosoever, internal or external, religious or ethnic, whosoever. Every individual's life is very precious for us. We believe in program, we believe in political force, and we believe in political process, and we believe in balance.
I hope so.
Nihal sir, I'd like to get concluding comments as well. And Vaji was making a point about the dislocation of people. I'm sorry?
No, what I'm saying is that, they are asking us to be sympathetic with them. Yes, we are. We are very sympathetic. We
don't want your sympathy. What I'm
saying is that we really condemn the killing of innocent people. We are there because they are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are all Muslims. What I'm saying is that, the equal sympathy should be given to those who were dislocated when there was an operation in Bajor, there was an operation in other areas of KPK. And you see, what we really feel is that, and whatever has happened in Karachi also, 6,000 people got killed on the streets.
But we know all of that. That's fine.
Yeah. But what we are saying is that if you don't condemn those who kill so many people there, and whatever decisions they take, then when they were in government, they were not in consensus.
But sir, what I'm saying is,
what is the point?
What I'm saying is that whatever happened in the past 5-6 years, whatever decisions they've taken in the past 5 years, in KPK by doing the operation and all that, those were not consensus decisions. What I'm saying is that you can't simply ask us to be sympathetic with you for the decision you took in the.
No, but we're not asking you to be sympathetic.
What do you think?
There is a situation tonight, like you said, the biggest loser is the individual of Pakistan who is not being able to choose.
Well, what I'm saying is that the loser is the common man, because it was he who was suffering when the operation was going on. It was he who was suffering when there's an election going on.
But the whole operation. Okay, for the sake of argument, first of all, the operations and the credibility and the need is debatable, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe we can say
because there are clear.
I'll take
situation can be resolved.
I'll take a look at him just now. Maybe that is debatable. Maybe that was wrong. I don't know. I'm no expert. But that does not justify an all-out war against a part on sovereign land of Pakistan, an all-out war on political forces.
Well, who has called that war?
And few selected
who has called that war?
I will have to condemn that.
If you continue to talk about a myth which is in the air,
Vaji Sahab, I will have to stop you on that one. You cannot say that they deserve it. I'm so sorry.
I'm not saying that.
You're basically saying that. You're saying that their decisions is calling this attack.
No, what I'm saying is that they didn't take us into. You see, when did ANP convene that meeting, the all parties meeting, right after when they had resigned? They should have convened it before.
But that does not justify the
issue. This is not the issue. That was against the fear of Pakistan.
We all are the stakeholders of Pakistan. Look, we all are all the stakeholders of Pakistan. There is a point. This is a time. We have a time to resolve this issue.
I'll come to you.
Utter nonsense, basically. Are we going
you can't call us nonsense. You might be senior to us.
She's not calling you nonsense. She's saying this is utter nonsense. She's not calling you nonsense.
Let's conclude the matter.
They talk of Bajor operations.
We can't continue like that.
Justify why
She's not calling you nonsense. She's saying this is
it is not too late.
Sir, I'll conclude it.
This is a war against Pakistan.
No, you call it a war against Pakistan. We call it a war against People's Party.
Against what?
Against those who are aligned with America.
So you're saying it's justified to kill them?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they
from Karachi travel to Kabul. Please stop.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying
I urge you to be careful with your words.
No, all I'm saying is that, you see, you needed a consensus when you were going against those culprits.
But that is fine. Doesn't justify killing people.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
This is the right of the voters.
What's wrong with it?
What I'm saying
not the way. This is not the way.
What you're saying is that
this is not the time. We are public representatives. We are the stakeholders. This is not the time to accusing each other. This is the time to resolve the issue.
It's a very delicate situation.
It is not, we are not at a no point, written point. We have still some time. Now it is the time. Let's take all the stakeholders on board, and we should appeal and approach the common man that stop terrorizing the common Pakistanis, attacking Pakistan installations, Pakistan forces, and we can only defeat these terrorist elements by exercising our political right, by voting in huge quantity. Inshallah, we will defeat all form of terrorism.
Amen to that, sir. What do you say? Because
well, I think we as Nihal Sahab said, we all need to consolidate. We all need to sit down and you know this is just what Mr. Munawar Hassan Sahab has just said, that APC should be called by the government, interim government, and we all, free election.
Okay.
And just one point, we should be sincere to ourselves. Okay. Very sincere.
Please.
You see, the APC should be called immediately if they are sincere, and we should see what the threat is, and we should spell it out.
Okay.
Has to be.
Rusha Sahaba, your closing comments.
Well, basically, it is a national issue, and we must not make it into an individual party issue. Certain comments have been made about certain operations. The SWAT operations has been successful, and that is what we take full responsibility for.
No doubt.
Similarly, there are operations in Fata going on. We need to go to North Waziristan, where there are safe havens and training camps, and our land sovereignty is being violated by foreign militants. We need to take control of our land and take it away from the militants and terrorists. This requires a political will. It is a national issue, and if we want a peaceful Pakistan, if we want a progressive, democratic Pakistan, we would have to take these actions, and it requires all the leaders. ANP tried by convening an APC. We had all the political leaders except for Jamat-e-Islami and PTI attend the APC. And I feel that was a good step that to bring some kind of a consensus amongst you. We need to continue with it. If another APC is convened, that would be a follow-up, but it requires a national consensus.
All right, ma'am. You want to quickly say something? Because
I think that we cannot occupy our own land. Baba look. The founding father of Pakistan has very categorically given a status to Fatah. And we have to respect them, their traditions,
respect, but if somebody...
we so far this last 10 years,
I need to give time.
We butchered them.
Say, please.
I think, despite of all their accusations on the previous government, I think we at least did something against these terrorist organizations, and they have feared that we might come back in the elections. So the actions they are taking against three parties, it shows that we were very effective against them.
And that's why you under attack.
Yes, this is the only reason I...
Thank you very much, all of you. My concluding comment, maybe they're right. Maybe an attack on terrorists like this is not what's going to win us this war. Maybe they're right. Maybe they hurt them and they're under attack. Both have valid points. Both sides have very valid points, and they're open to debate. But the only debate that needs to be done is go out, vote. Against all odds, with the threats, go out and vote. And give an opportunity to the person that you think is on the right, and then demand from them for the next 5 years to do what is good, in your opinion, for this country. Until then, good.